Now let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ plus story for today. I'm Angel Martinez and let's queer up politics. Trump-Musk tactics face ballot box blowback. Americans are revolting against the GOP at the ballot box. In a major upset in Wisconsin, Judge Susan Crawford, the progressive candidate in a nonpartisan state Supreme Court race, clinched victory with 54% of the vote. Her opponent, conservative Brad Schimel, was backed by none other than Elon Musk, who spent a staggering $20 million on the race. That's including handing out 1 million prizes to voters. But it wasn't enough. The Wall Street Journal editorial board didn't hold back after the results, declaring, quote, "The MAGA Backlash Arrives," end quote. They called Crawford's win a, quote, "a warning to the GOP that the Trump-Musk governing style is stirring a backlash that could cost them control of Congress next year," end quote. Musk, who once said this election could decide, quote, "the future of America and the Western civilization," end quote, downplayed the result after the loss. Meanwhile, Democrats are gaining ground elsewhere too, flipping a Pennsylvania Senate seat in the pro-Trump county and forcing Republicans into tighter than expected wins in 2 Florida special elections. There's even buzz that Representative Elise Stefanik backed off a UN ambassador nomination due to fears of losing Republican seats. The Journal board summed it up saying, quote, "The MAGA majority may have a shorter run than advertised," end quote. With the House hanging on by a thread and voters rejecting Trump's second-term agenda, LGBTQ plus Americans and allies may be witnessing a turning tide. Yeah, I mean, I knew this was going to happen. I mean, a lot of us knew that the backlash was going to happen and it was going to happen fierce. I mean, a lot of voters, are just voters like my dad. These are Republicans, right, that are switching parties. They're switching parties to NPA, or they're just, they're not voting, for Republicans anymore. Like I see the momentum in places like Miami, where I'm from.
And that's like, our last story, another freedom we have is to vote. So every vote counts. So make sure you do go out and vote, because we need to get these wins.
Yeah, and another thing that we have is the ability to protest.
Yeah.
And protests that were going on over the weekend were beautiful. They were beautiful to see. And in Wisconsin, in Milwaukee, where your story is based out of, was one of the biggest crowds. And I had no idea those cheeseheads were all about, going against Trump. I had no idea, and that's the power. That's the power in numbers, and it gives me hope. Is that okay to say, right? It gives me a little bit of hope, because Elon couldn't buy this. All right. He tried to buy this election with $20 million. He even gave away $1 million, and yet he still couldn't clinch it. That gives me hope that people are gonna, those people that stayed home, right? Because those are the people I'm mad at also. And that's my problem, that right now I'm not comfortable in straight places, right? Because I'm looking at, like, who did you vote for? Did you vote against me, right? But it's also people that we sit with and we have bread with every single day that stayed home and didn't vote. And those people are also on the radar as well. Maybe now they'll go, okay, no, my vote is important.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right? My parents have lost 401ks, etc. Maybe it's time that I use my vote in the right way.
It's just, and like you said, this weekend was a great thing to see on social media and seeing all that happening. And to me, it just shows, like you said, it's the tide's turning, right? And it will take some while. It's not going to happen overnight. It can't. But I'm hoping for the positive.
We have to. And Trump and the maggots, they will downplay everything. They will say, like, oh, Cory Booker, well, he was only on there 25 hours. That ain't shit. You know what I mean? Like, they're, or, oh, there was no one protesting. There were just hundreds of people. No, there were millions of people. And, Cory Booker is an incredible human that was up there 25 hours and did his thing. That's the kind of protest that we need to follow and imagine and
get involved.
However, whatever that looks like, time, talent, and tithing. I'm constantly telling people that, I don't have any money. Then go give your time. Right. All right. Oh, I don't have any time, but I'm a good writer. I'm a good freelance this. I'm a good graphic designer. Then go donate your time. But if you got the money, then give the money.
Yep.
It's also good to see momentum in Florida, places like Florida. I mean, those are very tight races, I mean, they had good candidates, and, I think the Democratic Party is picking up steam in places like Florida. I think we're starting to see momentum again.
Well, I hope so. From your lips to God's ears, Angel. Because the Democrats, I'm not happy with them right now. We'll just say that, all right? That is the big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing.